Sagittarius. The sky's rare glow marks the beginning of your breakthrough. Every once in a while, the heavens open in a way that feels almost too extraordinary to be real. A rare glow appears in the sky. Not just a physical light, but a spiritual beacon. A reminder that something larger is at play. Sagittarius, this glow is not distant from you. It is a mirror of the shift already stirring inside your soul. You have been walking with questions, carrying burdens, and perhaps wondering if your path would ever open into something brighter. And now the universe whispers, your breakthrough is near. The glow in the sky is not only an omen but a reflection of your readiness to step into a chapter where clarity, courage, and transformation converge. You are not just surviving the storms, you are beginning to rise beyond them. This moment does not require you to force anything. It only asks that you notice, trust, and allow. The light above is the light within, calling you home to yourself. If these words touch your spirit, pause for a moment and breathe them in. Let them settle in your heart like embers waiting to ignite. And if this message resonates, I warmly invite you to like, share, and subscribe, so we can keep walking together beneath the wisdom of the stars. Gate 1: Recognizing the signs of a rare breakthrough. Sagittarius, breakthroughs do not come every day. They are not ordinary milestones you can plan neatly into your calendar. They arrive like rare cosmic weather, sudden, luminous, and impossible to ignore. Right now, the universe is aligning to bring you such a moment. The rare glow in the sky is not simply a celestial occurrence. It is a reflection of your own readiness to step into something extraordinary. But before any breakthrough becomes visible on the outside, it first stirs within. Recognizing the signs that your breakthrough is approaching is the first step to fully embracing it. Perhaps you've felt an unusual restlessness lately, a sense that the life you've been living is no longer enough. This is not dissatisfaction for its own sake. It is your soul stretching, aching to expand beyond its current limits. Restlessness in Sagittarius is a sacred messenger, a reminder that your spirit was never meant to remain confined. Another sign is the sudden surfacing of old patterns, fears, or obstacles you thought you had already moved past. It can feel frustrating, even discouraging, but it is the universe's way of asking, are you ready to finally release this once and for all? Like a final test before a door opens, these resurfacing challenges give you the chance to choose differently this time. Breakthrough also announces itself through synchronicity. You might notice repeated numbers, recurring themes in conversations, or chance encounters that feel too aligned to be coincidence. A book falls into your hands at the right time. A stranger speaks words that echo your inner dialogue, or opportunities arise just as you were considering a shift. These are not random. They are cosmic breadcrumbs guiding you toward your breakthrough. For Sagittarius, who thrives on exploration and adventure, these synchronicities are invitations to trust, to leap, to follow where the signs are leading. Yet perhaps the most profound sign of an approaching breakthrough is the quiet knowing in your heart. Even if everything around you appears uncertain, even if doubt tries to cloud your vision, there is a spark inside whispering, something is coming, and it is meant for me. This knowing may feel subtle, like a candle flame in a dark room, but it persists. It cannot be silenced because it is truth. Trust it, Sagittarius. It is the same flame that has guided you across countless journeys, the inner compass that always points you toward expansion and freedom. Think of great Sagittarians throughout history who recognized their own rare glow of breakthrough. Jane Austen, though dismissed by publishers and constrained by the expectations of her time, trusted her inner knowing and continued to write stories that would outlive centuries. Or consider Winston Churchill, who endured political failures and personal struggles before rising into the role history would remember him for. Their breakthroughs did not arrive on a silver platter. They arrived after periods of waiting, doubt, and persistence. Like you, they had to read the signs, trust the glow, and prepare themselves for the moment when everything would shift. Recognizing a breakthrough also means cultivating awareness. Too often, life's rare openings pass unnoticed because we are buried in routine or drowned in self-doubt. Sagittarius, your gift is vision, the ability to see beyond what is in front of you. Lean into that gift now. Pay attention to the subtleties. Journal your dreams. Notice how your body feels when you imagine new possibilities. Listen to the soft pull of your intuition. These practices keep you awake, alert, and receptive to the glow appearing in your sky. Above all, remember this. The glow of a breakthrough does not mean you must force yourself to act instantly. It is not a demand for urgency but an invitation to readiness. Like watching the dawn before sunrise, this glow asks you to prepare, to release what no longer serves, to strengthen your trust, and to align your energy with what is coming. For when the breakthrough arrives, it will not be small. It will be a shift so profound that you will look back and say, "That was the moment everything changed." Sagittarius, the sky's rare glow is your sign. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. Do not shrink from its brilliance. Recognize it for what it is. The beginning of your breakthrough, a doorway into a chapter that will ask for your courage but reward you with freedom and light beyond measure. Gate 2, releasing the weight that holds you back. Sagittarius, before any breakthrough can truly arrive, there must be space for it to land. You cannot carry the full brilliance of new beginnings if your arms are still heavy with the burdens of the past. This is the paradox of transformation. Though we long for change, we often resist the letting go that makes it possible. The rare glow in the sky signals that your time is now, but to step into it, you must release what no longer serves. For many Sagittarians, this weight comes in the form of old identities. Perhaps you've defined yourself for years by the role you play in others' lives. The reliable friend, the bold adventurer, the one who always has it together. These roles may have once helped you feel safe, but they are not the whole truth of who you are. The breakthrough ahead of you requires honesty. It asks you to peel away the masks and admit where you've been hiding behind them. Letting go of an outdated identity is like shedding armor you no longer need. Vulnerable, yes, but also liberating. Sometimes the weight is emotional, grudges, regrets, or unhealed wounds. You may find yourself replaying old stories in your mind. The job you didn't take, the relationship that ended, the words you wish you had said. These stories, though powerful, do not define you unless you choose to stay attached to them. Consider this. A bird cannot soar while clutching stones in its claws. Likewise, you cannot rise into your breakthrough while clinging to the heaviness of yesterday. Forgiveness of yourself, of others, is not about excusing what happened. It is about freeing your energy to move forward. In some cases, the weight is practical. Environments that drain you, habits that dull your spark, commitments that no longer align with your vision. It could be a workspace that suffocates your creativity, or social circles that discourage your dreams. Sagittarius, your spirit thrives in expansiveness. You need room to grow, to explore, to breathe. Breaking through requires discernment. Asking yourself what truly nourishes your fire and what quietly extinguishes it. Every decision to release something misaligned is a step toward your breakthrough. Real-life stories remind us of this truth. Consider Maya Angelou, who faced immense hardship yet chose, again and again, to release bitterness and rise into the fullness of her voice. Her poetry, her activism, her presence, none of it would have blossomed had she remained bound by the weight of her past. Or think of Steve Jobs, who after being ousted from Apple released the identity of failure and re-emerged with innovations that would change the world. In each case, the act of letting go created the opening for transformation. For you, Sagittarius, releasing might begin with small acts. Writing down the beliefs that no longer serve you and burning the paper in a safe ritual. Cleaning out your living space to remove stagnant energy. Choosing silence over engaging in cycles of conflict. Each of these actions is symbolic, yet each carries immense power. They tell the universe, I am ready for what's next. But release is not only about subtraction. It is also about trust. Trusting that what you release will be replaced by something better. Trusting that emptiness is not a void but a fertile field. Trusting that the rare glow in your sky is not leading you into loss, but into alignment. This trust is the bridge that carries you from what was into what will be. Sagittarius, your breakthrough cannot be forced, but it can be welcomed. And the most powerful way to welcome it is by releasing what no longer belongs. Each time you let go, you make more room for the light that is waiting. Each time you open your hands, you prepare to receive. The glow in the sky is the signal, and your release is the response. Together, they mark the beginning of a chapter where your fire burns unburdened, and your spirit soars higher than ever before. Gate 3, trusting the process of becoming. Sagittarius, one of the greatest challenges you face on the path to your breakthrough is not the external world but your own relationship with time and trust. You are a sign that thrives on forward motion, on the thrill of the next adventure, on the horizon that always promises more. But breakthroughs are not destinations to be rushed toward. They are transformations that unfold in their own rhythm. The rare glow in the sky is not just a sign of arrival. It is a reminder to surrender to the process of becoming. Trusting the process means accepting that you do not need to know every detail of the journey before you take the next step. The archer does not control the wind, the weather, or the terrain ahead. All she can do is steady her aim, release the arrow, and trust it will find its course. In the same way, your task is not to force outcomes but to align your intention with your truth and allow the universe to guide the rest. This is not passivity, it is wisdom. It is the understanding that breakthroughs are co-creations between your effort and the greater forces moving through you. This can be uncomfortable, because trust often requires walking through uncertainty. You may feel moments of doubt, wondering whether you're truly on the right path, whether you've misread the signs, whether the glow you see is real or imagined. These doubts are natural. They are the mind's attempt to seek safety in the known. But Sagittarius, your soul was never built for cages of certainty. It was built for the wilderness of faith. Trust does not mean you will never feel afraid. It means you choose to keep moving even when fear whispers its loudest. Think of explorers who charted the seas before maps existed. They set sail not because they were certain of what lay ahead, but because they trusted that discovery was worth the risk. Or consider artists who pour themselves into their work without knowing if it will ever be received or understood. Their trust is not in guarantees but in the authenticity of their expression. In your own life, this trust looks like continuing to invest in your dreams, even when results are not immediate, nurturing relationships that align with your heart, even if their future is uncertain, and honoring your intuition even when logic demands otherwise. Trusting the process also requires patience with yourself. Transformation is rarely linear. You may take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. You may feel moments of clarity followed by moments of confusion. This ebb and flow is not failure, it is the rhythm of becoming. Imagine a caterpillar in its cocoon. From the outside it looks still, even lifeless. But inside, profound transformation is taking place. If the process is rushed, the butterfly cannot emerge. In the same way, Sagittarius, your cocoon phase is sacred. Do not mistake stillness for stagnation. Even in quiet, the fire within you is reshaping who you are. There will also be times when trusting the process means releasing control over how others perceive your journey. Not everyone will understand the changes you are making, and that is okay. Your breakthrough is not meant for their validation, it is meant for your liberation. When you choose authenticity over approval, you embody the deepest form of trust, faith in yourself. To strengthen this trust, cultivate practices that ground you in the present. Meditation, journaling, time in nature, or simply breathing deeply when anxiety rises. These are not small acts. They are anchors that keep you steady while the tides of transformation move. Surround yourself with voices that remind you of your strength, whether through books, mentors, or communities who walk similar paths. Each of these becomes a reminder that you are not walking alone. Above all, Sagittarius, remember this. The glow in the sky is not a fleeting illusion. It is a reflection of the truth already alive within you. Your breakthrough is not something to chase, it is something to allow. Trusting the process is how you bridge the gap between who you were and who you are becoming. The more you surrender, the more gracefully you will step into the life that has been waiting for you all along. Gate 4. Rising into your breakthrough and living authentically. Sagittarius, the rare glow in the sky is more than a sign. It is an opening, a threshold you are being asked to step through. You have recognized the signs of change, released the weights of the past, and learned to trust the process of becoming. Now comes the most vital step. Rising into your breakthrough and choosing to live authentically in its light. A breakthrough is not simply an external event, like a sudden opportunity or a stroke of luck. It is an inner alignment that reveals itself outwardly. When your soul says yes, when your actions echo that truth, the world responds. Authentic living becomes the soil in which your breakthrough can root itself and flourish. Living authentically means daring to let your true self take up space. For Sagittarians, this often means honoring your thirst for freedom, your hunger for meaning, and your instinct to explore. Yet too often you may have dimmed these qualities, worried they were too much for others, or tried to mold yourself into expectations that were never truly yours. Rising into your breakthrough means dropping these masks. It means owning your fire unapologetically, speaking your truth even when your voice shakes, and pursuing the paths that call you even if others do not understand. This is not always easy. Authenticity can be confronting, both to yourself and those around you. You may face resistance from people who preferred the version of you that fit neatly into their comfort zones. You may face fear within yourself, wondering if your real self will be accepted or loved. But Sagittarius, the glow in the sky reminds you that authenticity is the only true freedom. To live otherwise is to carry chains invisible but heavy. To live authentically is to walk in lightness, to breathe fully, to finally feel at home in your own skin. Think of great souls who rose into their breakthroughs by living authentically. Malala Yousafzai refused to silence her voice, even in the face of violence, and her courage ignited a movement for education across the world. Maya Angelou lived her truth as a writer, performer, and activist, her authenticity resonating through words that still heal hearts today. These figures remind us that authenticity is not only about personal fulfillment, it becomes a light that inspires and empowers others. Sagittarius, your fire carries the same potential. By rising authentically, you give permission for others to do the same. On a practical level, living authentically after your breakthrough may mean restructuring your daily life to reflect your values. If your spirit craves adventure, perhaps you commit to exploring new places or learning new skills. If your heart longs for meaningful work, you may take steps to align your career with your purpose, rather than just financial stability. If your soul craves deeper connection, you may cultivate relationships where honesty, growth, and mutual respect thrive. Every authentic choice, no matter how small, strengthens the foundation of your breakthrough. Authenticity also means embracing imperfection. Too often we delay living fully until we feel ready, healed, or perfect. But breakthroughs do not wait for perfection, they ask for presence. Rising into your breakthrough does not mean you will never stumble or doubt again. It means you choose to keep showing up as yourself even in the messiness. Your courage to live openly in your truth, flaws and all, is what makes your light compelling. Sagittarius, as you rise, remember that your breakthrough is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new chapter. The glow in the sky is not a final destination, but a reminder of the cycles of growth that will continue. Each breakthrough leads to new horizons, and each horizon calls you to expand even further. Living authentically ensures that every future step you take will be in alignment with who you truly are, rather than who you were expected to be. So step into this rare glow with your head high and your heart open. Let your authenticity be the flame that guides your way. The universe has aligned for you to rise, not as someone new, but as the truest version of yourself. And in doing so, you will not only experience the freedom you crave, but also light the way for others who are still waiting for their own sky to glow. Embracing the dawn of your breakthrough. Sagittarius, the rare glow in the sky is not a fleeting moment. It is the universe's way of affirming that you are ready for what comes next. You have walked through the signs, faced the weight of release, trusted the process of becoming, and now stand poised to rise authentically into the light of your breakthrough. This is a turning point, one that will not only reshape your path but also awaken a deeper sense of freedom, truth, and courage within you. Your breakthrough is not something the world gives you. It is something you claim by living in alignment with your spirit. Every time you speak your truth instead of silencing it, you honor the glow. Every time you choose authenticity over conformity, you step further into the light. And every time you trust your inner compass over the noise of fear, you embody the rare magic of this moment. This is the dawn of a chapter where you no longer apologize for your fire, where you live expansively without shrinking, where you allow yourself to shine in ways you once thought impossible. And as you rise, remember that your light is not for you alone. It becomes a beacon, a signal to others that they too can step into their breakthroughs when their skies begin to glow. So Sagittarius, lift your gaze. The glow is here. The breakthrough has begun. Walk forward with confidence, knowing the universe has aligned to guide you into a life that is brighter, freer, and more true than ever before. If these words have touched your spirit, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe, so together, we can continue exploring the wisdom of the stars and walking hand in hand toward the transformations that await.